it's day 7 of my crochet diary. 7 days. I've been doing this for a week. I still think it's fun. I've made almost 3 feet of progress. Can you see that? Look at that. Almost 3 feet. I've changed colors quite a few times. I'm going to say a little bit about crocheting, and then I'm going to talk a little bit more about Doctor Who, because you're thinking, oh, well, this is a whole video about me making a Doctor Who scarf, but I never talk about Doctor Who. That's kind of weird, right? Wouldn't you love to hear me talk about Doctor Who? I think you will. That part's going to be a little dorky, so if you want, you skip past that a little. First of all, if you're going to crochet a scarf, my suggestion would be, as I have learned, to try and pick colors by the same maker, because otherwise you're not quite sure whether it's the same kind of yarn, and things like this happen. This is my new green, made by different people from the other colors, and it is considerably wider. Maybe there was another option that I could have picked and I was just being stupid, but it looks kind of funky. So again, we're going to have to do something to rectify the situation. There's a giant stick thing that doesn't seem to go with the rest of the scarf. Now on to the Doctor Who stuff. First of all, I went back and looked at the episode from the 4th Doctor that I said I saw in the first entry to this diary, and it was called The City of the Dead. And I noticed all of the 4th Doctor ones are called The Blank of the Blank. It's probably not too original, but it's something like what Bones does, you know, the girl and the gator, or the psychiatrist and the fill in the blank. I don't know too many Bones episodes off the top of my head. That would be a little excessively nerdy, wouldn't it? Well, I mean, I do that with other shows, so whatever. Anyway, so City of the Dead. I remember watching it because it was written by a certain favorite author of mine. Goes by the name of Douglas Adams. I don't know if you've heard of him. Not a big thing. I was watching the episode, and I quite like Tom Baker. I think he's adorably quirky. He's not my favorite. Now, before you turn it off, because I know you're thinking that you know which one it is, and you're right, it's David Tennant. He's my favorite. I only say that because I've seen more of his than anybody else's, and isn't he just dreamy? But keep in mind, I am making a Tom Baker scarf, not a David Tennant outfit. That's not mine, I swear. It's somebody else's, and I borrowed it because I needed a costume. I did not buy it intentionally. Anyway, so I was watching, and I don't think I like his companion. Tom Baker's Ramona was her name. She was the woman who was with him in the City of Death. I don't know if they changed. She was a little annoying. Does anybody like Ramona? Because I remember when we went to the Doctor Who panel at Dragon Con last year, they were kind of, well, they weren't being very nice to her. I didn't quite like her, so I guess they didn't either. Do you? Probably not. Speaking of people that I don't like, and this is inevitable, it had to come up, I don't like the 11th Doctor at all. Yet. Then again, to be fair, I haven't seen him do anything Doctor Who-y. I don't know if in England they finished it. I doubt it. But just from watching interviews with him, he looks like a total mess. I don't like him. Done complaining. Anyway, so that's pretty much it. There's my tiny segment about Doctor Who. A crocheting lesson for the day is stick to the same yarn. If you can, probably stick to that red heart one that I was talking about on day 5, because it's good. Especially if you're a first timer, because it's thick and it doesn't fuzz up easy. That's another crocheting lesson, some wisdom that I can impart onto you. Fuzzies are not good. Down with the fuzzies. So that should be it for this day's entry. The end.